Welcome to the DAZN Boxing Show. Myself, Adi Oladipo, as always, joined by former cruiserweight champ Tony Bellew. Look, Tone, so much boxing on the weekend. Maybe a bit too much, if I'm honest with you. But look, not complaining. Let's look back at some of the big fights. Let's start at the O2 Arena. The first full women's card put on, headlined by Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. And look, we both said it was going to be a close fight, and in spots it was. But I think Clarissa shows why she calls herself the GOAT. I thought she was sensational.
I thought she was fantastic. Her sharpness was on another level. Sharpness and pinpoint accuracy, counter-punching at the highest level. It really was. You know, she took times where she went all guns blazing and put it on Savannah. Then there was moments and parts of the fight where she sat on the ropes, let Savannah come on, press her, took heavy shots herself, and then fired back with slick counter right hands, body shots, the lot. She showed the full array. And I don't think it's up for dispute at the minute right now. She's the greatest female of all time to enter the boxing ring, I think, without a shadow of a doubt. So, you know, it's not just the win over Savannah that makes her that. It's an all-round ability, Adi. It's what she does in the boxing ring. She's phenomenal. She really is. I mean, she was a step ahead of Savannah all night long. Savannah's power was there to be seen. I do think Clarissa felt it a couple of times, but it didn't deter her from a game plan. She stuck to the game plan. She counter-punched for fun, and she also put it on Savannah when she wanted to in the fight, which was a little bit of a shock because she was able to push Savannah back and bully her at times. So she won everything she really did. I mean, I couldn't have given Savannah more than 3 rounds in the fight, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah,
I don't know how people had it close.
Yeah, look, some of the rounds were close, but I agree. I think Clarissa edged those rounds just with her work rate, and she almost, at times, I think, surprised Savannah with pushing Savannah back, which no one ever does. And I think because she took a couple on the whiskers as well, she almost like felt the power, and I think that gave her confidence that, okay, you are a heavy hitter, but I can absorb those. But I think you are correct what you said. I think she is the greatest female fight we've ever seen, not just because right now she's number one, but you look at her amateur record as well. 2-time Olympic champion, world champion, numerous Golden Gloves titles. She is just too good. She's too good right now. It's going to be interesting to see what she does. Whether or not she takes time out and does a bit of MMA, or she looks for another super fight, maybe a weight class below, because that's it really. There's no one at 160 or 168. Co-main event had all the heat. Like literally, I've never seen too much beef between two people ever, apart from when you fought Nathan Cleverly. That's the last time I remember something kicking off like that. Alicia Baumgardner versus Michaela Meyer. I edged it to Baumgardner. How did you see it? Did you go Meyer or Baumgardner?
I thought it was really close. I thought it was one of them that it's what you like as a judge. I mean, I liked the slicker, better counter-punching boxing from Baumgardner, but I wouldn't have complained if Michaela Meyer had got it. So, I mean, it's just one of them things. It's what you like. Like I say, you know, I do appreciate a lovely boxer with slick counter-punching. You know, counter-punching is the hardest and most dangerous manoeuvre to pull off in boxing, because that means you get into range, you're willing to take the shots, but you've also got the confidence in yourself to dodge, move out the way, and then come straight back. That takes an awful lot of bottle. It's one thing being a counterpuncher and you fight out of range, you know, you bob in, you jump in, you jump out. The fantastic Ricardo Lopez used to do it numerous times when he was fighting, but to do it like a Floyd Mayweather style and be up close and personal, the way Baumgardner does it, she's one of very few females who can carry it off. I think it's her and Clarissa Shields. They both do it perfectly. They stay in the pocket, they slip, they slide, they roll, they use them Floyd Mayweather tactics, and they use them really well. I mean, the only thing that took me by surprise was Baumgardner didn't seem to get a reaction out of Meyer all night. And she was landing shot after shot, clean left hook after left hook, and I thought, wow, this girl's either got a great chin, or it seems to be the Terry Harper knockout may have been a one-off. I don't know which one it was, but it doesn't matter. She skills paid the bills, and she gets out with a narrow victory. But I'd love to see a rematch, I'm not going to lie. But I think Alicia Baumgardner made it quite clear she wants to go on and complete and unify.
Yeah, she wants to become undisputed. She wants to take Choi on. Choi's back in the ring next month. That's a fight that can happen. Choi has links with Matchroom, so we can do an in-house fight for that. I desperately want to see Baumgardner versus Serrano. I think that's a fight there. If Serrano isn't going to fight Katie Taylor, two warriors going at each other in Baumgardner and Serrano, anywhere on the planet, people are going to tune in for that one. So that's what I want to see for Baumgardner. Good wins as well on the undercard for Lauren Price and Caroline Dubois. They're going to become world champions. So good night of boxing for the females. Let's cross over the pond. The Bronze Bomber is back. Surprise, surprise. You said it. You said he was going to put Helenius out. Now, I don't think anyone predicted the first round. As soon as he landed, and it wasn't even clean, that was that. Bronze Bomber is back, and the heavyweight division is on notice again. It's good to have him back.
It is. He's a super, super dangerous puncher, Addy. But I'm not going to lie, I mean, it didn't surprise me whatsoever. I said to anyone who was listening, is once he touches Helenius, who's very easy to hit, it's going to be good night. And it's going to be similar with Deontay Wilder with most heavyweights. I mean, it's only going to be the real dangerous boys, the likes of Anthony Joshua's. I think him and Dillian might be a good fight, but Dillian is quite easy to hit also. So, I mean, AJ and Wilder is the one we want, but anyone he fights who's a C or D level opponent, he's going to smoke just like that. His power is ridiculous. His explosive, power is phenomenal. So, what the frightening part is, Addy, is I think he's 214 pounds.
Yeah, which is just above 15 really stone. That's frightening.
So it's insane, mate. It really is. I mean, he can drop to the bridgerweight thing. I mean, I think he completely flatlines everyone there. And he has a go at the cruiserweights as well. If he does it right, I'm not sure how strong he would feel and how comfortable he would be. But imagine Deontay Wilder and Lawrence Okolie at cruiserweight.
Oh, mate, honestly, those are the options for Deontay Wilder. He's got so many, but look, it's great to have him back. And for him now, it could be anything next, and we'll probably talk about that a bit later. It could be Usyk next. It could be Ruiz, AJ. Literally anything's available for him. Joe Joyce, honestly, the Juggernaut versus Wilder. I mean, can Joe Joyce take that punch? But it's good to have him back, and those are the options that are right there for Deontay Wilder. All right, let's cross over to Australia. A couple of big fight cards there. A big one, undisputed fight between Casos and Haney, which I think has gone under the radar a little bit. Maybe because we all saw it before. We didn't really want to see it again. We saw it again, and it was exactly the same outcome. Pretty much a shutout for Devin Haney. One thing, before we talk about the fight, I thought Devin Haney looked really, really bad on the scales. Yeah. And I just wonder if that's it for him at 135, or will we get a Shakur Stevenson Loma fight, or does it go to 140 now?
It's a good question. Only he will know, Addy. There's no point in us speculating about, he looks bad, he looks this. I've seen people look far worse on the scales. I've never seen anybody look worse than Figueroa when he fought Ricky Burns. I have never seen anyone look worse in all my lifetime in Texas. And I was there on the scales, I was there at the weigh-in. It was frightening he looked that bad. I mean, I thought Ricky Burns was going to get in the ring in the morning, hit him with one body shot and the fight was going to be over. This guy got in the ring and threw over 1,000 punches.
Yeah.
So, I'm not too judgmental on guys on scales when they get in the ring and keep performing. I was one of the guys who kept going on about Barry Awad, Kid Galahad, about how he looked on the scales, but he kept getting in and performing. But then it finally did catch up with him with Kiko Martinez. I do believe if he carries on playing around with the weight and staying in and amongst, it could be detrimental to, his future. So we'll soon find out. Kambosos, he struggles again. I mean, with a boxer like him, you're going to struggle. You really, really are. I mean, he's slick, he's quick, he's a good counter puncher. His fundamentals are very, very good. The jab alone, fantastic jab. And Kambosos could not figure him out. He just could not figure him out. And I think this time he was getting hurt and broken up.
And by the way, this is no shame on Kambosos. I mean, he's fighting a guy that's one of the future stars of boxing, if not a star of boxing now. And I think for Kambosos, there's so many good fights out there still for. Like Maxi Hughes Kambosos could be a good fight in the UK. There's some there's some good ones, and Kambosos will sell that well. For Devin Haney, hopefully, and there's a lot of talk about this now, a Loma fight. It's an in-house fight for Top Rank. It's a fight that should be easy to make, or the super fight with Shakur Stevenson. So look, so many options for them. Matchroom put on their first fight card in Australia as well, headlined by Liam Parrow versus Brock Jarvis. Liam Parrow getting the first round stoppage win. Two unbeaten guys going head to head. Liam Parrow at 140. 140 is interesting. Obviously, Josh Taylor's vacated pretty much all of his belts. So there are belts up for grabs. I'm not trying to say he's in that level now, but he should have his sights set on, in a year's time, getting something.
He wants to set his sights on titles, Eddie. I mean, this is a phenomenal performance, and this is a phenomenal result of first round KO. So he's going to want to build from here. The 140 division isn't as stacked as it used to be, and the belts have been freed up quite freely. So we just see now where it leads from here. You know, who wants to contest who, and I say Josh Taylor reigns supreme, but is he going to stay there? Is he not going to stay? We're still waiting for the final announcement on his fight. Is he going to face Jack Catterall or not? We just don't know. So there's a lot. That weight division is in limbo, if you could kind of put it that way, and we don't know who's where. We don't know where people are at the minute, and that's the top and bottom. I don't understand what Josh Taylor's going to do. I don't know what Jack Catterall's going to do, and then now these two guys are thrown into the mix. You just don't know. So a lot of things need to be sorted out. If I was a governing body or a sanctioning body, I would try and put together another Super 6 tournament or Super Series tournament of some kind to just clear that division up, because no one knows where anyone's going, and they're just going to get led down country roads that lead to nowhere. They need to get a tournament or something together for that weight division, that weight class, because it's going to disappear into wilderness again. I mean, Josh Taylor's been the face of it, and it needs a new face now if Josh is going to move on.
That new face could be, I mean, you mentioned obviously some names there, but Teofimo Lopez is in the division as well. Let's not forget him. Regis Prograis got a fight coming up against a Paydat. He's in the division. So there are some big names, but you're right. No one knows who's the king. And sometimes you need a super series like tournament so we can find out who is the king of that division. But Liam Parrow, good win. He'll hope to be in the mix in about a year's time with some of those big names. Quick shout out as well to Sky Nicholson. Got her first title. Commonwealth champion. She's going to be a problem. Very rangy, very long. Has got a bit of power as well. So good luck to her in what she does in the next sort of 6 to 12 months. It's going to be interesting to see if she can crack that world level. And I think she might just be able to do that. But overall, look, a good weekend of boxing. I've just caught up with everything. There's a lot to catch up with. Should we talk misfits? No, you don't want to talk about that, do you, Tony? We'll skip that anyway. But good weekend of boxing. Thank you very much, Tony, for tuning in.